Okay, Sam, thanks. We're going to turn now to a mystery at SeaWorld right here in Orlando. A 25-year-old killer whale died unexpectedly this week. It's the third premature death of a killer whale at a SeaWorld in the last 4 months. Park officials and marine biologists are racing to find out what went wrong, and Matt Gutman joins us for more. Hey, Matt.
Hey, George. This is a story that's gripped so many of us. Kalina, who knew her baby Shamu, died just a couple of hours after getting sick, and park officials are saying that all of these deaths are unrelated, but scientists, government scientists, and animal rights activists are telling us that it's captivity itself that's actually killing these animals.
Kalina's is the latest in a string of mysterious killer whale deaths that animal rights activists are now blaming on SeaWorld.
When they're confined, I think they're under stress. I think they're, at the very least, very bored. And both stress and boredom and depression can kill you.
This was Kalina shortly after she was born. At the time, they called her baby Shamu, the first orca whale born into captivity at SeaWorld. But in the 25 years since her birth, 24 killer whales have died in captivity. That's roughly 1 whale each year. 3 have died in the past 4 months alone, and not a single one of them was older than 30.
The 3 whales that died this year were 21, 12, and 25. That's not even middle-aged for wild orcas.
Not so, says SeaWorld, telling ABC News, animals in our care live and die just as do those in the wild. We have no reason to believe that any of the recent deaths are related, or that there is any indication that their environment was a contributing factor. This isn't the first time SeaWorld has come under fire. Just last winter, a trainer died after being battered and drowned by a 6-ton killer whale. Animal rights activists said the attack was brought on by the stress of living in captivity, a charge SeaWorld denies. Since that attack, SeaWorld has significantly limited trainer whale contact.
Orcas are, in fact, just too big to maintain properly and adequately in captivity. SeaWorld is telling you otherwise, but they are misleading the public when they say that.
And most whales, both in captivity and in the wild, do grow into adulthood. But the big difference, George, is that in the wild, they live 40 years, in captivity 20 years, and we know some whales in the wild that live up to 80 years. And clearly, that's not happening in these parks.
They're dying in middle age. Okay, Matt Gutman, thanks very much. Marine biologists still trying to get to the bottom of that mystery. Robin?
All right, George.